Should you negotiate salary differently with a recruiter or hiring manager? Imagine you're about to land your dream job, but the salary offer isn't quite what you hoped for. Do you know how to handle that conversation? It all depends on who you're talking to, the recruiter or the hiring manager. Each one plays a different role in the hiring process, and knowing how to approach each can make a big difference. Hiring manager is the person who will be your boss once you get the job. They are responsible for choosing the right candidate and making the final offer. They usually don't negotiate salary often and might see pushback as a sign of dissatisfaction. They may also have a set budget and limited flexibility. On the other hand, a recruiter is the person who finds candidates and manages the hiring process. They negotiate salary regularly and are skilled at handling these discussions. External recruiters work with multiple companies and often get paid a percentage of your first-year salary, which can influence how they approach negotiations. Internal recruiters work for one company and are usually more familiar with the company's pay structure. When negotiating with a recruiter, you can be more direct. They expect to discuss salary, benefits, and other perks. They want to find a package that works for both you and their client. Because they handle many negotiations, they understand how to balance your requests with what the company can offer. But remember, they also want to close the deal, so pushing too hard might risk losing the opportunity. If you're at a senior level, where pay packages include bonuses, stock options, and flexible benefits, there's often more room to negotiate. Negotiating directly with a hiring manager is a different game. They may not be used to negotiating or might see it as a sign of dissatisfaction. It's best to approach this carefully. Instead of demanding a higher salary, ask questions about whether there is room to discuss the offer. For example, you could ask if there is flexibility on salary or benefits. This way, you keep the conversation positive and avoid creating tension. It's also helpful to focus on how your skills and experience will benefit their team, rather than just what you want financially. For professionals in communications, understanding these differences is key. Your ability to clearly state your expectations when working with a recruiter shows confidence and strategic thinking. When talking to a hiring manager, framing your requests around how you will add value to their team makes your case stronger. Negotiation at higher levels makes more sense because the packages are more complex and flexible. At entry or mid-level roles, offers tend to be more standardized, so pushing too hard might backfire. Timing also matters. It's best to negotiate before an official offer is made. Once the offer is on the table, it's harder to change. If you're working with a recruiter, try to discuss salary expectations early in the process. If a hiring manager makes an offer, it's best to respond thoughtfully and ask about options rather than demanding changes. Both recruiters and hiring managers want the process to go smoothly. Recruiters need clear information about the role and salary range from the company. Hiring managers need to trust recruiters to present realistic offers. When everyone communicates well, negotiations are easier and more positive. As someone building a career in communications, knowing how to navigate these conversations will serve you well. Your skill in understanding motivations and expressing your value can help you negotiate successfully and start your new role on the right foot.